I had to do Dark Dimension 4 and 5 all over again, knowing what we know now about Apocalypse and his Horsemen, these are the characters that I would bring in. So if you're wondering what to do for your Dark Dimension run, you're not going to want to miss this one. And if you're ready for it, you know what to do, Valley Club. Find that like button and let's go smash it.
ValleyFlyin.
Hello, Valley Club. Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin. Welcome back. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button for more great Marvel Strike Force content, at least 5 videos per week on this channel. And if you have already subscribed, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're talking all about Dark Dimension 4 and 5. If you don't already have Dormammu, if you don't already have Dr. Doom, well, these are the characters that I would bring in right now if I was doing it all over again, knowing what we know now about the unlock and the requirements, the Horsemen, and all the Scourge characters that we need to unlock Apocalypse. So as far as the priorities right now, I would prioritize these Horseman characters above the Scourge characters, because once you unlock these Scourge characters like Morgan, Red Hulk, Rogue, once you unlock them, you're not going to really need these Scourge teams so much anymore, but these Horsemen, you will need to bring them up to gear tier 17 in order to unlock Apocalypse, if you want that Apocalypse unlock. So you're gonna need to put a lot of resources. So a lot of this video is about balancing what you need now for the raids, for your wars, for arena, and what you're gonna need for the future for this Apocalypse unlock. So let's go do this right now. And for this, we're gonna go into msf.gg, looking at their Dark Dimension planner. And if you don't know where to find this, if we scroll up a little bit here, let me move this down. If you go into your roster there, in this section here, there's a section about your roster. You go there and then it has these tabs here. Roster stats and Dark Dimension Planner. That is where you find this if you're not aware of this section here. Now, these picks, like I said, I prioritize these Horsemen over the Scourge characters and over some other characters that would need. Some of these sections, though, we do pick some non-Scourge and non-Horseman teams. And as far as the mini uniques at each of these characters, we have all different mini uniques except for 2 characters. There's 2 characters that need gamma radiation and 2 characters that need osmium. So this should help you with your run, especially if you have not already completed Dark Dimension 4 and 5. So let's just scroll down here. And global, this is probably the most confusing section here with this just abundance of characters. And if we look at this, the good thing about this planner on msf.gg, you have the bunch of uniques that each characters needs. So these are expensive characters. The one that needs 90, very, very expensive. So we want to choose as little of these as possible. But for my first choice here, we're going to pick a character that needs 54 of these mini uniques, and that is Agatha Harkness. She is a part of that Darkhold team. She is a Scourge team. We will need to bring her up to unlock Apocalypse, so that is the first character I would choose. Next would be another member of that Darkhold team. It's Wong, so I'd bring them in. Now, this is mainly for their value outside of Dark Dimension. These teams are probably going to struggle a lot in Dark Dimension, and if you're really keen to get through Dark Dimension quickly, you may want to bring in some other characters. But those are the first 2 characters that I'll bring in. I've taken both these characters in. Agatha and Wong, they're not the best in Dark Dimension. But let's continue, because we have the future in sight here. Next character I want to bring in is a little cheaper. We're going to go to this 36 category. And that is Gambit, another Horseman character, very, very important part of that Unlimited X-Men team. If there's 2 characters on that Unlimited X-Men team that you shouldn't feel bad about building, it's gonna be Gambit and Rogue. Both of those are very good characters. So we got Gambit right there. Other character that we want to bring in is another valuable member of the Unlimited X-Men, and that is Dazzler. I think she is the 3rd best character on that team after Rogue and Gambit, so I would build her up. And next, the last character there, pick another character back from the 54. Now we have a few characters in there already that we know are going to be part of the Horseman team. Abomination. As of me recording this, not in the game yet. Same thing with Amadeus Cho, but another character that is in the game, that is on a Horseman team, is Hulk, and he's a pretty good character. Much better than other Horseman characters that we're eventually going to need to build anyway, like Phantom X and Sunfire. I would prefer to build Hulk up right now. So those are some other honorable mentions, though. Phantom X, Sunfire, Cho, Abomination. Those are some other considerations. And if you want to go to these Horseman team or these Scourge team and not stick with these Horseman teams, you also have Viv Vision there, who is an unlock for Red Hulk. We got Kate Bishop there, who's a very, very good character, who is an unlock for Rogue. So we got some other characters. We have more of these bionic Avengers like Vision. So a lot of other characters in here, but my honorable mentions would be those other Horsemen characters. I would stick, we got a lot of characters in Global, and we could use all Horsemen for this. I would stick with these Horsemen for this right now. And yeah, knowing that they're going to struggle a little bit in Dark Dimension. But this is the good thing about this is all the pieces that you need. These gray ones are the ones that I already have in my roster, and the ones that are highlighted are the ones I still need to get if I were building them up. So that is how to organize this, guys. So here are global characters, and the mini uniques that these characters take are going to be your gamma radiation, your focused chi, your osmium, your arcane magic, and your quantum energies. So no repeats there. Let's move on to cosmic. We got a bunch of other good characters here. Only one Horseman character in the cosmic section at that 54 level, and that is Doctor Strange Heartless. So let's immediately get him out, and that is a character that we're going to need. Now, there's not a lot of other Horseman characters, but there are some Scourge characters. Instead of the Scourge characters, though, because these characters are so valuable in every single game mode, including both Scourge events for Morgan Le Fay and Rogue, and I'm assuming for Death and when Red Hulk comes into the game, we're going to pick both of these Inhumans. They are pretty cheap, 54 and 54 respectively. They use a lot of mystic gear, but because of the value in many game modes, using them in so many game modes right now, they are a part of my arena team. We're gonna go with the Eternals. The next character, and this might be a little controversial, but this is who I would bring in. I would bring in Kestrel, another character that isn't a Horseman, isn't a Scourge, but because I'm using her in the skill section of the Doom Raids every single day, and she does have a lot of value, she's a great standalone character, still going to bring in Kestrel. All right, and for the fifth and final character from Cosmic, I actually don't have a choice here. I have 3 honorable mentions, and with one of these honorable mentions, you're going to repeat something, either Uru or the Carbonadium. Now, I'm kind of leaning towards Star-Lord T'Challa because he's a little cheaper, only takes 36 of these mini uniques, and if you go with Star-Lord T'Challa, you're going to need to repeat some Carbonadium on this list, and if you go with either Jane Foster or Valkyrie, then you would get you would need to use that Uru for them. So both of these, all of these are good characters. All of these are Scourge characters. All right, looking at our cosmic characters and their mini uniques you need, you're gonna need Promethium, Astral Energy, Shield Tech, and Uru. Now, I think I'm leaning towards Star-Lord T'Challa, and for that I would need Carbonadium. If you're leaning towards one of those Hero Asgardians, you're gonna need extra Uru for that. So there is a double repeat, or a third repeat for this one based on who you choose. I think I'm gonna go with Star-Lord T'Challa though. Let's move on to the next section, and that is the city section. Now, the city section is harder because you got a lot of good characters here. You got a lot of expensive characters here, but only one Horseman character, and that is She-Hulk. Very expensive character, but let's get her out of the way right now. We're gonna need to build her up at some point anyway, and this is one of these scenarios where we're looking more towards the future than what we need right now, because I don't think she helps a lot in what we need right now. All right, we have some other unlock characters, some Scourge characters that are also very good in the raids, but just to kind of separate some of this experimental formula, formerly known as Oz Serum, we're only going to pick one of these characters, and because Scarlet is a little cheaper than Peter Parker Spider-Man, we're going to go with Scarlet Spider. The other character that takes a different mini unique is Ghost Spider, so we're going to go with her, which means that we need 2 more characters. And for this, we're going to pick some Scourge characters as well. We're going to go with her, Squirrel Girl. Very, very good character, important for the Rogue unlock. And we could go with some other Scourge characters like Miss Marvel, some of the other Web Warriors, or just some good characters like Cloak and Dagger. But for the final pick, I'm going to go with one of the best characters in the game. Unfortunately, he unlocks 0 Horsemen and 0 Scourge characters, but he is needed in some of these Scourge nodes, and that is our boy Shang-Chi. So scrolling up to the city section here, we've separated these mini uniques pretty well, and as far as what you would need for the city section, Gravitonium, Molecular Cloth, Unstable Cloth, Experimental Formula, formerly known as Oz Serum, this one right here, and then the last but not least is those Alien Spores. Honorable mentions though are going to be obviously those Web Warriors, obviously Miss Marvel because they're unlocked characters, and I did mention Cloak and Dagger. They're so good in the raids right now. They're an important part of the Mystic raids, so I would still build them up, but I don't know if they're a little more expensive, so I don't know how to prioritize them over the characters that we mentioned. And last but not least, the least crowded section, the legendary section. And fortunately, all these characters are either needed right now or they're horsemen. And let's just get the horsemen out of the way. We know we're building them up. Rogue is a horseman. She takes 54. Morgan Le Fay is a horseman. She takes 54 as well. So cheaper characters. Now let's go first. And as far as a Scourge character, very expensive. Iron Man, 90 of these mini uniques, but we're going to need him at some point, and he is a important raid character, so getting some double value with Iron Man there. Now let's talk about some another raid character that we're going to need is Jubilee. Very, very good character. A little more expensive though, unfortunately. And then one of the best characters still in the game is Omega Red. I think that's a no-brainer as well. The only expensive one that we really had is Iron Man. Now, honorable mentions, there's no Scourge or unlock characters here. I mean, you could technically say Black Bolt, but he did 0 for me in that Rogue Scourge event, and he's doing 0 for me in the game. So that was a mistake to build them up. Shuri is also another honorable mention. Not a Horseman character, not a Scourge character either, but she is on that Wakandans team who got a rework, and the Wakandans are pretty good in every single game mode. They're not dominant in every game mode, but they're pretty good in every game mode, and she's actually pretty good in Dark Dimension as well. So she lost a lot of value with that new Bionic Avengers team, but she's Wakandans still have value if you want to build someone up that is a little cheaper. So as far as what we need for Legendary, as far as their mini uniques here, well, we're going to need Ballistic Weave, Osmium, Carbonadium, Gamma Radiation, and Luminium, and that is it. Those are the characters that I would bring in if I was doing Dark Dimension all over again. Would you bring in different characters if you had to do it over again? And if you're not finished with Dark Dimension, what characters are you planning? Let me know if this changed your mind or if you're still set on your ways. Thank you for watching this video though, guys, and I hope you enjoy it. I will see you guys next time. Give me that Hulk fist bump before you go, and have yourself a great day. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done that. I will see you guys next time. Check me out on Twitter, and make sure you ring that notification bell so you know as soon as a new video goes up. Have a great day, guys. Hulk fist bump. ValleyFlyin out.